Welcome back, everybody, to Batkerm the Unknown. I'm your host, Batkerm, and today we got a bunch of Batman stuff from Todd McFarlane to open up. Let's check them out. All right, guys, so like I said, these are figures from Todd McFarlane's Batman the Merciless line. So when you collect all these figures, inside there are pieces for Batman the Merciless. You put them all together, and we're going to check them out once we open all these guys up. And I am actively working on getting all the figures for the Dark Knight's metal event. And Batman the Merciless is technically the last one that I need because we have Red Death in a 2-pack with the Flash. But I don't want to open that one yet because I'm pretty sure they're going to release him on his own. But until then, we're going to open these guys up first and see what we got. All right, everyone, before we open these guys up, let's go through the lineup first. So we're actually going to have 5 figures throughout this lineup. The one that we build, the Build-A-Figure, is Batman the Merciless. Over here we have Robin, Earth 22. Again, this is from Dark Knight's Metal. A lot of these are from that event except for one. So I was told that there were a few variants of this Robin. I'm not going to pick up any others. I only wanted this one because I don't want a bunch of Batman the Merciless torsos laying around because that's what this figure comes with. I may buy 1 or 2 loose if I'm able to find the variants for a decent price, but it's not something that I'm going to go out of my way for. Over here, we have Batman in one of my favorite Batman costumes of all time. This is the Batman Dark Knight's Metal, and how he looked in it. He's badass in the picture, holding 2 axes. His cape is torn to shreds. It looks like he's been through hell. So it's also one of my favorite images of Batman. It looks like he can just tear some stuff up. The downside is I don't know if they incorporated that purple in this cape or not, so we're going to check it out when we open him up. I absolutely love the purple for this Batman. One of the things that pops for this figure, or for this character, or this iteration of Batman, was the purple shining through the cape, coming through on the backside. The other side is black, but there's purple underneath. So I really like that. I don't think it's on this figure, though, but we're going to open up and check them out. Next, we have Batman Who Laughs with Sky Tyrant wings. Now, it's been a while since I have read the Dark Knight's Metal event, because right now they just finished with Death Metal, Dark Knight's Death Metal event. So I'm going to have to go back and reread that, but I don't remember too much about the Batman Who Laughs having wings. I think he rips, looking at this picture here, it looks like he rips them off a Hawkman. It's hard to say. But again, I don't remember a lot of that event. I got the gist of it. But it's been a few years since I've read it, so I'm going to have to go back and reread it. But we're going to open him up, see how he looks. I'm excited to check him out. And I don't know if he's going to go with the rest of the Dark Knights when this happens, or on my shelf. Again, when he gets these wings, I'm not sure what happens in the storyline, if he's kind of on his own or if he's with the Knights. But I kind of like the plain Batman Who Laughs with them, so he may have his own spot on display. And lastly, we have Superman the Infected. So this was from, I want to say it's Batman Superman or Superman Batman. I know the very first one was Superman Batman. I think we're on Batman Superman with this version. So this was a storyline that they had a while ago. A bunch of the DC characters got infected with something from the Batman Who Laughs. And he became like the new version of the Dark Knights, but already in the DC Universe one was Jim Gordon, Supergirl. There were a few others here and there. Sorry, spoiler alert. But that story spiraled out of Batman Superman. They had an event where they first introduced Punchline. So if you're looking to brush up on some of that, that was her first appearance in issue 3, I believe. She just had a small cameo. That issue sold out everywhere and the price skyrocketed. So it wasn't the best series of all time, not the best storyline of all time, but it was interesting. So we're going to open up the Superman. I do not have any Superman action figures on display currently. I don't know if I'm going to display this one or not. He's a little bit more purple than blue. I'm not a big fan of that, and he looks more like Bizarro instead of Superman. But we'll see. First, let's start with Robin, open him up, and we'll see what we got. All right, so here we are with the first one. It's Robin from Earth -22. So, like I said, I'm excited to open this guy. There were 3 variants, or at least rumors of 3 variants. So this is the one that we got here that we're going to be opening up today. As you can see, it comes with this massive torso of Batman the Merciless. And again, he is number 1 of 4 in this series. Again, looking on the sides, we have images coming up here. He is from the event from DC Comics of Death Metal. Dark Knight's Death Metal. and these guys were kind of minions of the Batman Who Laughs. So later on in actually Batman Dark Knight's death metal, they explain exactly what the process is and why these Robins get to the point that they're at and why they act like they do. So I'm not going to spoil that for anybody. You got to read the comics to kind of figure that one out. Pretty crazy process, but definitely recommend checking it out. But as you can see, here's the front, here's the back side, here's the other side. Top, you got a lot of light, or a lot of plastic for the window for light to come through, and there's the bottom. So let's go ahead and open him up. All right, guys, so here he is, Robin, Earth -22. So this Robin doesn't come with a lot of accessories. He comes with this chain, and it feels like it's plastic, but it's shiny, so it looks like actual metal, which is fine. He comes with a card, again, like normal. All McFarlane figures do right now, which is cool. Like the artwork on that, the info on back. The only accessory that he does come with, again, is this big hunk of plastic for Batman the Merciless. This is pretty big. So we have this big hunk of plastic for Batman the Merciless that we're just going to set to the side for now and take a look at this Robin. So articulation-wise, he's pretty good. When I got this figure, I was thinking we were going to put him in a crouching position and have maybe Batman Who Laughs holding his chain, kind of like he is in the image. The downside is he has almost like the Aquaman pants on or underwear, which is fine, but the articulation all the way up to his hips, it's actually hindered by this material. It's actually like a rubbery-like material. So getting him into a full crouch pose is actually very difficult, and if he's in that pose for a while, it's probably going to stretch out that material, and over time, it's going to deteriorate and crack and break and all that stuff. So don't think I'm going to be able to get him in that position. It's kind of disappointing. His joints were a little tight when I first got him out. He's got some good articulation in the arms, the hands. Again, I'm just disappointed that I wanted to get him in like that crouching position like the other Robins are in the card and the image there. So a little bit disappointing, but he still looks fantastic, fantastic looking figure. He has a little bit of a paint defect on the one side of his jaw, but I can't tell if it's a paint defect or if they just want to smear some blood over there. So it all works out. But overall, he's pretty sweet. He doesn't have a cloth cape. It's kind of like a rubbery plastic material. But all in all, he looks pretty good. So I'm happy with him. Not like way up here satisfied. I'm just kind of, he's good. But he's going to look great with the rest of the Dark Knights. So next up for this line, we have Batman from the Dark Knight's metal event himself. I really like this figure. Like I said, he is one of my favorite iterations of Batman. I love the black bat symbol on the chest, outlined in yellow. He's got a really cool belt. It's black, but it's also outlined in yellow. So a lot of good contrast there. It's still the gray suit with the black cowl and cape, but on the inside of the cape is a purple color. So again, it's one of my all-time favorite bat suits. That purple just pops, and I've never seen anything like that. So some of my favorite covers, again, Michael Turner talking about him. There was a Batman cover that was used for the start of this version. Solidified it. That's my Batman. So this is that version of the Batman. So here he is looking at him. It looks like he comes with the hands of Batman the Merciless, and he comes with 2 axes for accessories along with the card and stand. Here he is on the front. Here he is on the back. We have the sides here, and then we get the top, a nice window for some light to shine through, and on the bottom with your barcode and legalese. So let's go ahead and open him up and see how he looks. And here we are with Batman from the Dark Knight's metal event. So like I said, this was one of my favorite iterations of Batman of all time. Little bit disappointed. Again, you're going to get a close-up of the card. Every Todd McFarlane figure, again, comes with a stand for the figure as well as a card. So we're just going to have a photo of the card up here for a little bit, and then we're going to have a photo of this Batman, like a close-up right here. And I want you to kind of look at him and see. Obviously, the photo by the art by Greg Capullo on this card looks phenomenal. I love it, and it's hard to capture that, but they left out a lot of detail. So I would have liked a little bit more damage around the face. I think the face is a little bit too clean. The cape on the inside, I understand why they did it. It's obviously cheaper and easier just to have this rubberized cape and have it one color only. But again, I love that purple, like that pop coming through. So that's a little bit disappointing. They had the battle damage, but I would have liked to see, you know, some blood or some scratches on the face and a wash maybe. And even where he has the battle damage, I love the battle damage, but it's a little too clean. I would have liked it to be a little bit dirtier. But all in all, it's a fantastic version of Batman. I love it. It's much better than the Batman 1000 figure that we have. So Batman released Detective Comics a while back, and they released a figure for that cover, the regular A cover. I was disappointed with that one. It had a rubberized cape as well, but it was okay. But this one trumps that by a lot. I do like this version of Batman a lot, and Greg Capullo's art, it's phenomenal. It's some of my favorite Batman art overall, but again, it's hard to capture, and because this is always so far up there for me, it's hard to capture all of that into one figure. They did a good job, but again, just disappointed they didn't have the purple. They don't have the blood or the scuffs on the face, and where they have the damage on his body armor or anything like that. I think some of his skin is exposed in the art. It looks like it's just gray, like it's the under part of the body armor. So I get it. I would have liked to just see like some blood or something like that. But again, this is a toy. It's being sold in the toy aisle. So maybe there are some regulations with that. But all in all, I really like the figure, and it's going to look great on the shelf. So let's go ahead and move to the next one. Oh, before we do that, this one also does come with parts of Batman the Merciless. It's got his left and right arm. So again, these are very sharp. Woo! But I'm nervous to kind of pop these in. I hope they go a little bit easier, because this is going to be some pressure on my hands. So hopefully it's not too bad. I don't need any stitches from this. But let's go ahead and move on to the third figure in this line. All right, everybody, now we have action figure number 3 in this line. It is the Batman Who Laughs with the Sky Tyrant wings that he apparently seizes from Hawkman. So again, with this one, it doesn't look like he comes with a lot of accessories for himself. It looks like he comes with a head, and it looks like the shoulder pads and the sword of Batman the Merciless. And that sword looks awesome. Just kind of disappointed. Thought he would have had some sort of accessory, because the other version of the Batman Who Laughs, he comes with these massive, intimidating knives, right? Or swords, whatever you want to call them. But they look intimidating. So no real accessory with this one. But he does look intimidating by himself with those massive wings. So we're going to see how he looks when we take him out. Before we open up the package, this is how he looks in the front. This is the side. This is the back. Here's the other side. On the bottom with the barcode and all that legal stuff. And then on the top, you got a nice window for some light to go through if you're displaying him that way, or if he's on store shelves. So let's go ahead and open him up and see what we got. All right, everybody, we have the Batman Who Laughs with Sky Tyrant wings, okay? And very impressed with this figure. So there are a few comparisons. I actually had to run back and forth, check out the first version of the Batman Who Laughs and this version, just for some subtle details. So he has a different kind of trench coat that goes all the way down. The Batman Who Laughs, the first version, it's kind of cut off around the knees area. This goes obviously to his ankles. I think one of my favorite things about this, not only is he a good character, the level of details, especially on the wings, the trench coat that he has, it's got the holes in it here and there and on the back, but there's a hole that is the perfect bat symbol. It's on the back of his right leg. It's the perfect size, and it's the symbol of a bat symbol. So I don't know if it's obviously intentional, but I don't know if that's supposed to resemble a bat symbol or a battering that was thrown at him, or what. But it's a nice little surprise that I wasn't expecting to see there. And then the wings. The wings are massive on this figure. He doesn't need any other accessories. I'm glad how they kind of had his hands, I guess, molded or sculpted in an interesting way. He doesn't need any other accessories. These wings, they're so massive. There's 2 points that they move. So they can actually expand like this. And they can move right on his back, and they're actually hinged a little bit. So if you want, you can bring him back if you want. But I'm going to tell you right now, he is so top heavy because of these wings. You need the base. Again, with all these McFarlane figures that we're reviewing, they come with a base, they come with a card, with a short bio. And this figure, like some of them, they don't need the base, they'll be able to stand. The first Batman Who Laughs, he had some issues due to the boots that he's wearing. He's got almost Frankenstein boots on. So he already had issues standing. Throw on some heavy ass wings and he's going to topple over all the time. So he definitely needs a base. Without a base, he's not going to stand. So you need a base for this guy. But he is totally worth it. I wasn't going to, but I'm really debating on putting this Batman Who Laughs with the other Dark Knights. Just because of the win. He's so foreboding and intimidating. And yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one. But over here, he comes with the head of Batman the Merciless, which is awesome with those bat wings, massive shoulder pads for Batman the Merciless, and his sword. So I'm gonna just put this up next to this Batman Who Laughs here, and look at how tall that is. That is crazy. I cannot wait to get that figure all put together to see how massive he is. So yeah, overall, this guy is a definite buy. No ifs, ands, or buts. The other parts that you get for the Merciless, if you're just interested in the Batman Who Laughs, this is a fantastic figure. Again, the wings, it's probably for like one issue in the comic book that he had these. I'd have to read the whole run and all that, but the level of detail on this figure is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. The trench coat alone just got me. That got me. The wings, they're very reminiscent of Spawn the Redeemer or the Redeemed from back in the day. I had a figure of it. I loved that figure Spawn where instead of that red coat, he had angel wings. Great storyline in the comics. If you're going to read anything, read that series of Spawn where I think it's Armageddon, Spawn Armageddon or something like that. Fantastic. One of the best stories of Spawn. Definitely read that. But this kind of reminds me of that, and it's I love that figure, love that storyline, so I'm inclined to bring some of that love over to this figure, and the figure is already phenomenal. So definite buy. I'm excited, and I'm really debating on whether to put him with the other Dark Knights or not. But let's put him to the side and the rest of Batman the Merciless, and let's go ahead and open the last standalone figure in the series, and then we can start on the Merciless. And figure number 4 in this line, Superman the Infected. Now, this is the one that I was the least excited for. Superman, I'm not a big Superman fan. What can I say? But this Superman has 2 accessories. He's got 2 different hands. But normally Superman doesn't come with any accessories. It's Superman. He doesn't use gadgets or anything. He's just Superman. Again, he's going to come with a card. He's going to come with the base. And he comes with the legs of Batman the Merciless, which is the main reason why I bought this figure. I need to finish that figure. This is what he looks like in the front. This is what he looks like in the back. This is what he looks like on the one side. On the other side, this is what he looks like on the bottom with the barcode and all the legal stuff. And that's what he looks like on top with the window light so that he can get some light on if he's hanging up in the store or on display. All right. So like I said, I normally wouldn't buy this figure if it wasn't to build Batman the Merciless. But again, maybe I can come up with a scene with him later on. But let's go ahead and open him up and maybe he'll surprise me. All right. So here he is, Superman the Infected. So luckily, all McFarlane figures that we're reviewing today come with a stand and a card. And on the back of the card, it gives a little description of the Superman. And it says that he is from Batman Superman #2. So it's Batman / Superman #2. There are multiple versions of Batman Superman or Superman Batman, but that's the version. It's Batman / Superman #2. He comes with a separate set of hands. So as you can see here, I put one of the open hands on his left hand, and then he initially comes with 2 closed fists. So he's got 2 open hands, 2 closed hands, and then he's got 2 legs for Batman the Merciless along with the stand and card. I was impressed with the facial sculpt. He looks very creepy, and he's got a cool curly Q, traditional Superman style. Classic costume. It's just more purple than blue, which I think is maybe I like purple, but it just doesn't fit with Superman for me. It reminds me more of Bizarro, not Superman. The cape, absolutely love the cape, but why couldn't they do that with the Batman from the Dark Knight's Metal figure? It has holes in it. It looks like it's torn up. It's shredded. It's textured. It looks like it's seen some stuff. Why couldn't they do that with Batman? So that's a little bit disappointing. Also, the cape on mine has a factory defect. It's either got paint, blue paint or black paint or something on it, smack dab in the middle. So that's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, that's Superman the Infected. I'm just not that big of a Superman fan. I'm sorry, guys. Some of his stories are phenomenal. This story was So I don't know what to say about this one. I may display him somewhere, just stick him in a corner for it to fill an area. Might give him away. We'll see, but not impressed. And finally, we have the Build-A-Figure for this set, Batman the Merciless. We have his head, his shoulder pads, this big hunk of man meat torso. We have both arms and both legs and his sword. So if you're putting this together, you're going to notice there's an R and an L under the shoulder pads and an R and an L in the hands. And it should be kind of common sense. I don't see it on here, but you can tell which hand goes where. So it shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to try to put them together real quick. And we'll see what we got, and hopefully I won't need any stitches because some of his body parts are pretty sharp. So let's see how I do, and hopefully I won't have any band-aids on my hands after this. Hey guys, no band-aids. I did it without getting hurt, which is fantastic. This figure, oh my God, it's amazing. I am so impressed with it. The level of detail, the paint. I mean, I saw the paint on the pieces as we were taking them out, but it looks amazing all put together. The detail, the sculpt work, everything about it looks great. The only thing I would have liked to see is maybe a wash on the sword. But other than that, it's phenomenal. The chains, McFarlane Toys has a lot of experience with that. So the chains, although they're molded plastic, they still look good. And he's hefty. You don't get a stand with this guy, but luckily you don't need it with him. He's got fantastic balance and stabilization with his feet and articulation down there. He doesn't have great articulation in the elbows or knee joints, and the head. The head can't move very far because of the wings on the head. Now, if there was a bio card, it would say that this is obviously from the Dark Knights metal event. He is one of the main Dark Knights in that series, and he's a mixture of Batman with Ares in a negative universe where he was in love with Wonder Woman, and he ends up killing Wonder Woman after he takes on the power of Ares. So that is why he has on his chest the bat symbol with the Wonder Woman symbol. So that's the Wonder Woman version of this Batman. So of the, I guess, Dark Knights Metal League, or whatever you want to call it, the bad version of Wonder Woman. That's this version of Batman. So fantastic figure. I love it. Let's compare him with everything we opened today so far. All right, guys. So this is our opening today, and 100% I'm in love with Batman the Merciless. Definitely the standout figure character out of all of these. Okay, next to that, I was the most impressed by the Batman Who Laughs. Just the level of detail and the wings. I wasn't expecting this figure to be as good as it was. How about that? So seeing the level of detail, and it's a good, evil, creepy character, a great villain for the DC universe. Phenomenal figure. He's probably not going to go with the Dark Knights like I was talking about earlier. I'm going to have the regular Batman Who Laughs there, stand with all of them with Batman the Merciless, but he's going to get his own area on the shelf. Batman, his cape needs to be like the Superman cape and have holes in it. I don't know why it doesn't, but he's still a good-looking figure. He's better than the other Batman figure from Batman 1000 I currently have on my shelf, so I'm happy to swap him out with that one. I like this version of Batman much better. Might lose the axes if he's with the rest of the Bat family, but maybe I'll keep him somewhere else. Who knows? But he's definitely going on my shelf. Followed up by that, I did like the Robin here from Negative Earth 22. I just wish he came with another accessory or could, crouch a little bit lower. Other than that, love that figure. And the Superman, it's probably just me. I'm just not that big into Superman. So again, he came with two extra hands, but it's Superman. It's a good figure, but he's purple. I don't like that. Tell me what you guys thought. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys had fun watching it. One of the things that I want to start doing is giving you a recommendation on comic books that are currently out and currently ongoing. So this week, I want to recommend Fear Case by Dark Horse Comics. So Fear Case, I had issue 1. I heard it was phenomenal. Before I read it, I kind of looked at the art and it was kind of, didn't do anything for me. And then issue 2 came out, so I picked it up. I usually like to read a bunch of issues at once. And the other day I said, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and read it because I keep on hearing good things about it. I read issue 1 and was floored. I loved it. It was really good. And then I read issue 2 and I flew through that. So I don't want to say what it is. It's definitely adult content. They're going after a murder mystery and something mysterious. So if that intrigues you, check it out. There's going to be pictures of issue 1 and issue 2 right up here. Support your local comic shop and go pick them up there. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and wash your hands. Batkerm out.